Former City Administrator J.J. Murphy visited with us in this room, and he said that he had secondhand knowledge of someone who approached a member of city staff with an arrangement that he felt was unethical and that it was cut off before it could go anywhere. Are you aware of that situation?
No, I may have an inkling of what it was, but it was nipped in the bud like before it even got off the ground. I mean, that was, yeah, it was never raised. It was cut off.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the campaign itself, and how much do you anticipate that you'll be spending through the primary?
It's really hard to tell right now. We're actually, because of the late announcement, we're just in fundraising mode, and it's really premature to answer that because, and it's difficult because of the economy. We're working hard, and I'll have a better idea in 2 weeks.
Does it require television ads or what?
Yes.
And what have you done to this point? Are you knocking on doors? Or are you going to Monroe County?
Monroe, Carbon County, yes, we're working hard, very hard.
Do you have any restrictions on contributions, personal restrictions that you won't take from certain individuals or certain?
I would tell you that I think the people who you're referring to know enough not to send me anything, and if they did, I would send it back.
Any questions from the group at this point?
Mayor, when Hawkeye was formed, okay, and the website was first put up on the internet, we called the phone number that was listed there, and a phone answered in City Hall. Okay. The questions that have arisen about that, just the makeup of the board and that sort of stuff. Do you want to just tell us how that organization came to be, and how the board members were selected, and what the criteria was, and were there opportunities for people from the public just to become part of that organization?
Well, the people that became part of Hawkeye were from the public, but they were people who I've dealt with in the past. This was going to be state-of-the-art technology, probably the best at the time that it was going to be installed in the country, and I believe that's been proven true. We needed people that realized that this was not going to be a board that was going to put together where you're just going to sit down and socialize. Work had to be done. The board was formed to take the liability away from the city. We did not want to assume any liability or risk on the city side. This was the recommendation of the attorney who Hawkeye obtained, who did the Philadelphia wireless network. So he had extensive background and knowledge on wireless, a wireless program. We formed the board. I've had very little to do with the board other than knowing what's going on and reading the reports. But this was, one, the wireless was to get the thing started with the laptops in downtown areas and the local colleges. Two, knowing that once that was started, we'd be able to then go with the camera system. The camera system was our ultimate goal. Was we were going to put security cameras in our downtown and in every park. And as you saw so far, the cameras have been a success with the thing that happened here on Good Friday with the drug transaction that took place 100 yards outside your front door. That arrest doesn't happen without those cameras. But Hawkeye has been nothing but above board, and I can't say enough about the board members who have donated their time to help the city of Wilkes-Barre.
Other questions from the group? If elected, are there particular committees that you think you would be well suited to serve on in the Senate?
Well, again, I would like to sit down and see which one would be available. There are several that I'd be interested in, but I think it's at this point it'd be premature to go down there and saying I want to be on A, B, C, and D committee. I would sit down and talk with the leadership down there to see where they thought and where I thought I'd best fit the situation.
The state has a problem getting a budget together, and they have a pension spike coming up. What are you going to bring to, if elected? What do you bring to that discussion? What ideas do you have that how they get this together?
Well, I think it's similar to what I did here in the city of Wilkes-Barre. I mean, when I took over back in 2004, I came into a hornet's nest on the financial side, and as I indicated previously here, the first year of my administration was trying to work to get the financials out. One, the city put a recovery plan in place, and we followed it to the T. They were not all popular decisions, but they were the right decisions. Something like that might have to be done down at the state level. You need to put a recovery plan in place. Let's face it, we're in crisis mode now. We had a budget that didn't pass 152 days, was it?
101.
101 days? 101 days, which is too long. That's 3 months of nothing being done. If there are problems down there, we need to really seek out professionals. I will tell you, the city financially did not turn around because of Tom Leighton. The city turned around because Tom Leighton listened to the professionals. And if that's what's needed in Harrisburg, to bring in professional people to analyze the budgetary problems and to discuss them with the elected officials, then we have to do that. You have to really look at what's going on and look at it very hard. And I'd be willing to do that in Harrisburg. You have the Senate side, and then you have the state legislative side. We have to work together for the betterment of this Commonwealth. Otherwise, we're all going to fail. And that's been proven in other areas where if you don't do the job in Harrisburg, you don't do the job in your district, you're not going to get reelected. And I feel I'll go down there and I'll take ideas. Bless you. I'll take the ideas that I started with here in Wilkes-Barre and take them down to Harrisburg. And believe me, it's a much bigger scale. And I recognize that fact. But the problems are the same. It's all on the revenue side.